we have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
And since then, we established a liberal world order, and that hadn't happened in a long while. A lot of people dying, but nowhere near the chaos. And now is a time when things are shifting. There's going to be a new world order out there, and we've got to lead it. We've got to unite the rest of the free world in doing it.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Jazzbro Gonzo here. Another episode of the What's Next. Happy Tuesday. Of course, as we know, with everything going on in the world today, going on overseas, Ukraine, Russia, over here with the idiot in Canada, and of course we have our own dementia-riddled moron in the White House. Speaking of, he had a press conference the other day, outdoors, and he said some very interesting things regarding a new world order. Now, when you hear that phrase, what does it make you think? For me, as an old head, I remember that phrase being thrown out there by one George H.W. Bush, yes, Daddy Bush, back about 30 years ago, in regards to, well, there has to be a new world order, and the lovely people at the United Nations and government policies will do so. Now, of course, a lot of people brushed it off, and a lot of the people were going, conspiracy theory, oh my. But now we fast forward 30 years, and now we have Dementia Boy open his mouth. It's not the first time he's mentioned it, but now he's gone into more detail. Let's take a look. This comes out of Breitbart. Joe Biden meets with top CEOs. Yes, now we're talking corporate. Global catastrophes present opportunities to lead a quote-unquote new world order. Let's hear a little bit.
We are at an inflection point, I believe, in the world economy. Not just the world economy, in the world. It occurs every 3 or 4 generations. As one of the top military people said to me in a secure meeting the other day, 60 million people died between 1900 and 1946. And since then, we established a liberal world order, and that hadn't happened in a long while. A lot of people dying, but nowhere near the chaos. And now is a time when things are shifting. There's going to be a new world order out there, and we've got to lead it. We've got to unite the rest of the free world in doing it.
All right, let's go into the article. President Joe Dementia expressed Monday his desire to, quote, lead a new world order during a conversation with business leaders, noting the coup and the Russian invasion of Ukraine would help reset, yes, that lovely word, the status quo. Quote, my mother had an expression, out of everything terrible, something good will come if you look hard enough for it, or if you force your way into it. The president spoke about the current global climate during the speech with some of America's top CEOs attending the Business Roundtable Lobbying Group quarterly meeting. Quote, I think this presents us with some significant opportunities to make some real changes. Gee, really? Dementia said the entire world is at an inflection point that he said historically occurs about every 3 to 4 generations during times of crisis. The president recalled a comment from a military official in a recent meeting who noted that 60 million people died globally between 1900 and 1946, allowing the U.S. to lead the world. Well, let's get a little bit more technical, shall we? You look about 120 million people died in the 20th century. 80 million by China's own hands, Mao Zedong. And of course, don't leave the lovely people over in Russia, you know, Mr. Stalin himself, but who cares about facts? Since then, we've established a liberal world order that hadn't happened in a long while, Dementia said. A lot of people are dying, but nowhere near the chaos. Yes, who cares that still hundreds of thousands, even millions of people, including over 2 million because of China's coup? Who cares? But it's not as much as before. Biden explained that he thought that the world was going through a similar situation. Quote, now's the time when things are shifting. There's going to be a new world order there. We've got to lead it, and we got to unite the rest of the free world while doing it, he concluded. My thoughts. Whenever this term, New World Order, is mentioned, nothing good can come from it. Luckily, back when Daddy Bush said it, a lot of American corporate businesses kind of shunned away from it. They were like, you know what? We're not going to play that game. A lot of those, both in the Senate and the House, both Democrat and Republican, go, yeah, they kind of brushed it off as well. But now we fast forward 30 years. And now that we have social media and you have big tech coming down on those with opposing views, such as myself and or others, and of course there is one particular that I will mention in another video, that when you have big tech and you have corporate and you have government all in bed together, nothing good can come from it. We've seen it over the last 5 years with one former President Donald Trump. But now you have leftists. We're not talking liberals. We're talking leftists see this opportunity to seize the moment to basically, quote unquote, unite corporations and governments together to force their will through policy, through indoctrination on the rest of us who oppose it, who believe in individuality, who believe in freedom, who believe in liberty, who believe in critical thinking, common sense, facts. It's what it all comes down to. Now, you may watch this video and say, well, you know what? He's going on Alex Jones. Well, Alex Jones, the National Enquirer, Joe Rogan, sometimes they get it right. And I'm not saying that this is going to be the end game, but I will not be surprised that behind the doors, behind closed doors, behind the scenes, they're trying to make something happen because now they see an opportunity to take advantage of a weakened nation, as in the United States, which, of course, if the United States is weak, the rest of the world is as well. Just saying. But then again, that's just me. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. And we'll catch you guys again soon. Peace.